Hey everyone, and welcome to this live deep dive all about self-publishing.
Yes, welcome.
Today we're going to be tackling your journey to publishing success,
Mm.
specifically on Amazon KDP. Now, we found an incredible story in our source material.
Oh, yeah.
Someone who actually made $5,000 in just 30 days.
Wow.
So we're going to unpack their entire roadmap. We'll be covering everything from choosing a niche to marketing your book and the all-important ongoing tweaks you'll need for long-term success.
Yeah, and it's really remarkable how self-publishing has just blown the doors wide open for aspiring authors.
Right.
I mean, we're not limited to traditional gatekeepers anymore. The power to reach a global audience is literally at our fingertips.
Absolutely. It's not magic, though, right? There's definitely a method to the madness.
Yeah, for sure.
And our source lays out a pretty clear path for all of us to follow. But I'm curious, before we dive in, what brought you to this deep dive today? What are your publishing dreams?
That's such a great question. You know, understanding your motivations, your why, that's
Yeah.
going to be the fuel for this journey ahead.
I love that. So let's unpack this roadmap, starting with finding that sweet spot, a niche that's high demand but low competition. Our source mentions daily gratitude journals and budgeting for beginners as examples. So what makes these niches so promising?
Well, you want to think about finding that balance right. You want an audience that's hungry for the information, but without a ton of established authors already there, dominating the space.
Right.
Think about it this way. Would you rather be a big fish in a small pond or a tiny guppy swimming with sharks?
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
That makes total sense. And our source also mentioned that you should check Amazon categories and look at competitor book counts. So do a little detective work to really validate your niche.
Exactly. And I would add to that, look at the reviews for those competitor books.
Oh, that is good.
What are people praising? What are they complaining about? Those insights can really help you figure out some gaps that you can fill with your own book.
Right, because a lot of people listening probably already have some passion about certain topics.
Yeah.
How do we balance that passion with finding a commercially viable niche?
Well, it's not always either. Let's say you're passionate about ancient Egyptian history.
Okay.
Instead of writing this broad overview, which might get lost in a sea of existing books, could you niche down to, say, the untold stories of Egyptian women,
Okay.
or decoding the secrets of hieroglyphics? Find that unique angle that taps into your passion, but it also addresses a specific reader need.
Such a clever strategy. So once we've got our niche, it's time to craft content that actually sells. Our source invested in professional cover design from Fiverr and also paid for professional editing. Two things that they considered completely non-negotiable.
Okay.
So why is that investment so crucial?
Well, imagine you're scrolling through hundreds of books on Amazon. What's going to make you click? It's that cover, that first impression.
Yeah.
And then once you're hooked, the writing needs to be sharp, engaging, error-free. It's like dressing your book for success. You wouldn't show up to a job interview in sweatpants, right?
Absolutely not. First impressions are everything. Now, I love this little detail. The author used Kindle Create for formatting.
Oh, yeah.
That's a free tool from Amazon. No more excuses about expensive software.
I love it. That's a brilliant example of leveraging the resources that are already available to you. Amazon is invested in your success as a self-published author because, after all, they make money when you make money.
That's very true. All right, it's time to tackle the pricing puzzle. Always a tricky one for new authors. Our source started their ebook at $2.99 and the paperback at $12.99. So is that a good starting point for everyone?
Not necessarily. Pricing is a fascinating dance between perceived value, genre conventions, and market analysis. You need to think about this. What do readers expect to pay for a book in your genre? What are similar books priced at? You also need to consider the length and perceived value of your book. Are you offering like a quick actionable guide, or is it a deep dive into a complex topic?
Yeah.
All of these factors come into play.
Okay, so it's not just about slapping on a price and hoping for the best. There's a real strategy involved.
For sure. And don't forget, you can always adjust prices later based on how your book performs and the feedback that you receive. It's about finding that sweet spot that feels fair to you and your readers.
Okay, I like that. Next up, let's talk about that mysterious beast, the Amazon algorithm. It's like the gatekeeper to visibility, right?
Yeah, it's more like a complex matchmaking system.
Huh?
Amazon wants to connect readers with the books that they'll love. Our source smartly used pre-orders, which not only build excitement before launch, but also signal to the algorithm that there's interest in your book.
Okay, that makes sense. The source also talked about metadata. I know this is crucial, but could you break it down for our listeners? What exactly is it and why is it so important?
All right, so imagine walking into a bookstore and seeing shelves upon shelves of books with no titles, no descriptions, no organization.
Oh my God.
Complete chaos, right?
Yes.
Metadata is the information that helps Amazon organize and display your book. making it discoverable to the right reader.
Okay.
Think of it as your book's online identity. This includes your title, subtitle, description keywords, and even the categories that you choose. Getting this right is like putting a giant neon sign above your book that says, hey, this is for you.
Got it. So metadata is basically how you tell Amazon and readers what your book is all about.
Precisely. And don't underestimate the power of keywords. Think about what terms readers would search for when looking for a book like yours. Weave those keywords naturally into your title, subtitle, and description.
That makes sense. Now, I know our source also set aside $500 for Amazon ads, so we're
Mhm.
not just relying on the algorithm to do all the heavy
Oh,
lifting.
absolutely not. Ads can be a really powerful tool, especially when you're starting out. They give you a way to reach a wider audience, target specific reader interests, and get your book in front of the right eyeballs.
Okay, and speaking of reaching a wider audience, let's talk about marketing beyond Amazon. Our source took a multi-pronged approach here. They were active on social media, collaborated with influencers, offered a freebie to build their email list, and even built a launch team for early reviews. So tell me, why is this going beyond Amazon so important?
Think of Amazon as one piece of the puzzle. It's a massive marketplace, but it's not the only place where readers are hanging out. By diversifying your marketing efforts, you're essentially casting a wider net and building a community around your book.
Okay, so it's all about meeting readers where they are and building those authentic connections.
Yeah.
And that's where social media influencers, email lists, and even those launch teams can come in.
Exactly. Social media lets you connect directly with your readers, build anticipation, and showcase your personality. Influencers can introduce your book to their established audience. Your email list allows you to stay in touch with readers long term and offer exclusive content or promotions. And your launch team provides valuable early feedback and helps create buzz around your book's release.
Wow, there's so much we can do beyond just hitting publish on Amazon.
Yeah.
But I'm also curious, did our source just do all of this once? Or was there an ongoing element to their strategy?
That's where we get to the heart of long-term success. It's about constantly monitoring and tweaking your approach.
Okay, so tell me more about that.
Yeah, that's right. Remember that $5,000 our source made in their first month? That wasn't just a one-time thing.
Right?
They were consistently analyzing their ad performance,
Yeah.
reader feedback, and even A/B tested their pricing strategies.
Wow, so it's almost like treating your book as this ongoing experiment.
Exactly. You gather the data, you analyze what's working and what's not, and then you make those adjustments. Our source actually used Amazon's campaign manager to really tweak their ads, increasing bids on high-performing keywords and pausing those that weren't delivering results.
It's fascinating how much data can inform our decisions. But it's not just about the numbers, is it? Our source also stressed the importance of getting feedback from readers through reviews and emails.
Absolutely, data can tell you what's happening, but reader feedback tells you why it's happening. What are readers loving about your book? What parts are confusing or could be improved? These insights are gold for making your book even better.
Okay, so we're constantly learning and evolving even after we hit publish. I love that. Our source even mentioned A/B testing, different price points, and promotional strategies. So what does that look like in practice?
It's about running these small controlled experiments. For example, you could test out two different book covers or two versions of your book description and see which one performs better. Or you could even experiment with different price points to see what impact that has on sales. It's all about gathering data and letting it guide your decisions.
I'm starting to see a pattern here. Success in self-publishing isn't about just setting it and forgetting it. It's about staying engaged, analyzing your data, and making informed tweaks along the way.
Precisely. And that requires a certain mindset.
Mhm.
Our source achieved these incredible results in just 30 days,
Right.
which is inspiring, but also highlights the importance of consistent effort and a willingness to adapt.
Absolutely. Speaking of inspiring results, let's talk numbers for a second. Over 3,000 copies sold in 1 month, $5,000 in royalties, and over 150 reviews. I mean, that's amazing.
It really is. It's a testament to the power of a strategic approach. This author combined their creativity with a data-driven mindset and a commitment to continuous learning.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. From finding that perfect niche to crafting captivating content, leveraging Amazon's platform marketing beyond those digital shelves, and constantly monitoring and tweaking our approach. It feels like a lot to juggle, but also incredibly empowering.
It is empowering. You're in the driver's seat of your publishing journey. You have the control to experiment, adapt, and reach your readers directly.
So what does this all mean for you, our amazing listeners? If this author can achieve these remarkable results in just 1 month, what could you accomplish in a year? Or even 5 years with dedicated effort and a commitment to growth? What possibilities are out there?
That's the exciting part. The potential is limitless. Self-publishing isn't just about making money, it's about sharing your unique voice, connecting with readers who resonate with your message, and building a platform that can grow and evolve over time.
I love that. And let's not forget that crucial ingredient, passion. Our source's enthusiasm for their topic clearly shines through in their writing. It's contagious.
Absolutely. Passion fuels creativity,
Mhm.
perseverance, and authenticity. When you're genuinely excited about what you're writing, it shows. And readers can feel that energy.
So as we move towards the final part of our deep dive, I encourage you to reflect on what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
What story are you burning to tell? What message do you want to share with the world? Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into self-publishing success. It's easy to get lost in all the technical details, the algorithms, the keywords, the marketing strategies, but it always comes back to that human connection.
Absolutely. Self-publishing gives you this unique opportunity to build direct relationships with your readers. You're not being filtered through agents or editors or publishing houses. It's a
Right.
much more intimate and responsive connection.
I love that. Our source even talked about creating a launch team of beta readers who provided early reviews and feedback. It's like having this built-in support system and a group of enthusiastic early adopters.
Exactly. And those early reviews can make a huge difference when your book is just starting out. And that feedback from your beta readers can help you polish your manuscript before it even goes live.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't have to stop there. Engaging with readers on social media, responding to comments, and fostering a sense of community around your book. These are all parts of nurturing that ongoing connection.
So it sounds like self-publishing is as much about building relationships as it is about selling books.
Absolutely. It's about creating this shared experience, sparking conversations, and connecting with readers who really resonate with your message.
So inspiring. As we wrap up this incredible deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a call to action. What is one step they can take today to kickstart their self-publishing journey?
That's a great question. It could be something as simple as brainstorming a list of niche ideas, or outlining a book concept, or even just downloading Kindle Create and getting familiar with the tool.
I love it. Those are all fantastic starting points. Remember, every journey begins with a single step. And if this author could achieve such remarkable results in just 30 days, imagine what you could accomplish in a year, or even 5 years, with dedicated effort, a willingness to learn, and a sprinkle of that self-publishing magic.
Keep dreaming big, keep writing, and keep putting your work out there. The world is waiting to hear your stories.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of self-publishing. Until next time, happy writing.